Welcome back into the Alabama Football Report by Chat Sports. I am Tom Downey. Sorry, it's been a while since videos. I blame the NBA trade deadline on that front. But today we're taking a look at the Alabama football coaching staff. Some major changes, most notably the coordinators. We'll break it all down, some of the losses, review some of the more notable additions as well on today's video for you. Nick Saban back once again as the best head coach in college football. Kirby can come fight me. He'd win, but whatever. Saban is... The question is out there, has he lost his touch a little bit in terms of the hires? We'll break it all down. 2 new coordinators. Tommy Rees on offense, last at Notre Dame. Kevin Steele on defense, last at Miami. It is a reunion for Steele and the Crimson Tide, by the way. We won't spend too much time on some of the smaller names, including Coleman Hutzler, who is both the outside linebackers coach and the special teams coordinator as well. Holman Wiggins back as the assistant head coach and running more with the wide receivers. Eric Wolford, I still like him. Not everyone does, I get it. As the offensive line coach. Joe Cox is the tight ends coach. Robert Gillespie, the RBs coach. So no major changes for the most part on that front outside of the new offensive coordinator in time. So we'll spend some more time on here, I promise you, in a little bit. Freddie Roach, the defensive line coach. Austin Armstrong is a new hire as the inside linebackers coach. We'll break down him in depth. I'm very intrigued by that hire. He was last the Southern Miss defensive coordinator. Travaris Robinson back once again as the DB's coach. I think that's still some of it ain't broke, don't fix it mindset for the most part when it comes to various position groups on this side of the ball for Alabama. We'll mention 3 analysts. We'll come back to John McNulty more in depth here because he's a fun one to discuss at least a little bit about. Derek Dooley, I believe, is back. Alabama has taken off the analysts from their website, at least last I checked. I think there will be more coming as various coaching staffs get finalized. Jake Long, though, is back. That is, he was a Bama analyst/gratis, went to Oregon, now comes back, the former walk-on, reuniting with the Crimson Tide here. I believe Derek Dooley, the former Tennessee head coach, is back as well. Part of the job I like to label the Nick Saban school of coaches can't coach good and wanted to do other stuff good too. Other members of the staff in various support roles, Ellis Ponder, special assistants to the head coach, Todd Watson, Sal Suncieri. David Ballou is the director of sports performance as well. We're going to go more in depth on all those coaches, namely the new hires, since you know everyone else, and at least know the ones you should know. But grade the Alabama football coaching staff for me. A, B, C, D, or F. It's the pinned comment on today's show. So if the ad break comes here on YouTube, take advantage of it. Head down there and let me know how you grade this year's Crimson Tide staff. We'll focus in on the coordinators. Those are the new hires, right? It was funny. Tommy Rees was not on anyone's list, any of the message boards really, until, he's about to get hired. It's an interesting hire for the Crimson Tide. Tommy Rees leaves Notre Dame. He came up short in the running to get the job. Marcus Freeman got it. Rees has had a very quick ascent coaching-wise. After playing at Notre Dame, Northwestern grad assistant, brief offensive assistant for the LA Chargers, gets the Notre Dame quarterbacks coach job under Brian Kelly, then becomes the offensive coordinator. There was at times some frustration from Notre Dame fans about Tommy Rees. I think there are some interesting schemes he likes to run, but the former player, quick ascent to OC. It's interesting to see Saban not go with the former fired coach route. And I call it the Nick Saban school for coaches who can't coach good and to do other stuff good too. Rees does not fit that category. This is an up-and-coming hire that in theory won't be there very long with the Crimson Tide because they'll get a head coaching job somewhere else. Kevin Steele, meanwhile, is both of that. I guess an upgrade from the Miami defensive coordinator job, but Kevin Steele has been like the ultimate journeyman coach in recent years. Panthers, I'll go reverse order here, so we'll spend some time on this one. Panthers linebacker coach in 1995-90 takes the Baylor head coaching job. Did not go well. Was also Baylor in the late 90s, early 2000s. No surprise there. Then becomes the Florida State linebacker coach, takes the Bama defensive coordinator job, then goes to Clemson, comes back as an Alabama assistant, takes the LSU defensive coordinator job, goes to Auburn, briefly becomes the Tennessee defensive coordinator, then the interim head coach when that staff got fired early on. Then they hire Josh Heupel. He does not get retained. He kind of takes the year off, then goes to Miami and is now back at Alabama. My concern with Steele is it's a little bit of a retread hire. I thought they might have been able to find a better route. I know there was links that they wanted Jeremy Pruitt. Guess, well, we know how that went Tennessee. Maybe that was a big issue for the SEC and for Saban, but Steele is the one that makes me a little bit more nervous than Tommy Rees. What do you guys think, though? Of the two coordinator hires for Nick Saban, what's the better one? TR for Tommy Rees, KS for Kevin Steele? Let me know in the comment section right now. The one name I want to mention a little bit here more in depth is Eric Wolford, because he was the Kentucky offensive line coach. Bama hired him last year. He was the Youngstown State head coach for a little bit, long-time O-line coach, only 51 years old still. Then went to the Niners briefly in the NFL. So I'm hoping for better play from the offensive line. Hoping Wolford impacts things a bit better on that standpoint. Freddie Roach, Tavares Robinson, some guys, we know him. Austin Armstrong is the one that I am very intrigued by. He's had a very interesting career path in a very short period of time. Was the Georgia quality control coach under Kirby Smart. Interesting how that all works out there. The Louisiana inside linebackers coach, Southern Miss defensive coordinator. Kind of a quick rise, quick fall. Good name to keep an eye out for there. Now, if you want more Alabama football videos, then subscribe. Free videos when you guys hit that red button or the black and white button. And simply put, the more of you who subscribe, the more videos we can do for you guys. So hit that sub button right now. John McNulty's hiring is interesting for a couple reasons. Played at Penn State, was the Boston College offensive coordinator last year. Lasted a year there in that role. He's bounced around both the NFL and college football, back and forth. Why he's on board as an analyst? It's Tommy Rees. He was the tight ends coach at Notre Dame for 2 years alongside Rees. So I think there's that familiarity that I think helped him get the job here. So I don't think they're done adding the analyst role or filling that analyst role, but Dooley is the veteran one, I guess, on that group. He'd went to the OC job. McNulty is among the newer ones. Again, I don't think they're done at this point. The losses then are Bill O'Brien leaves the Bama OC to go take the Patriots job. That one was linked for so long. Pete Golding, I think, got a soft landing. Maybe he did. I know it was a report, I think Football Scoop said that Bama offered a raise, extension to stay. Believe who you want there. I know a lot of you guys didn't want him. Charles Kelly goes to Colorado, was there, DC. I think that was kind of a soft landing there. Todd Grantham, by the way, who was in the mix for the DC job, if you believe the message boards and the insider reports and everything there, has left his school for coaches can't coach good when do other stuff good too, and is now taking the Saints assistant, just an assistant job on that coaching staff. So some notable names leaving. Maybe you'll miss Kelly for recruiting, but I liked what Bill O'Brien did the final 2 games. Where was that at the beginning of the year? Might have been a different story for Alabama on offense. So our final question before we sign off here. Is this Alabama coaching staff better than the one that was in place last year? I want to hear you guys vote in the comments section. Type in Y for yes or N for no.